This is Joab Frank Chakaza with the news on Zodiac. Coming up at this hour, former Reserve Bank Governor Lazarus Chakwera and 3 others freed on court bail in Lilongwe. Electoral Commission officially declares DPP's Vua Kaunda winner of Tuesday's parliamentary election for Nkhani Central constituency. 3 more state witnesses testify in Blair Lule's murder case. And in sports, Airtel Top 8 football tournament is back this year after a 2-year break. Now the news in detail. Former Governor of the Reserve Bank, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, and 3 others have been released on court bail in Lilongwe. Chief Resident Magistrate Patrick Chirwa slapped him with a bail bond of 5 million kwacha cash. The 4 have also been asked not to leave Lilongwe without the knowledge of the court. They were arrested in connection to dubious bank transfers during their time at the Reserve Bank of Malawi. Chimwemba Padata has the full details.
During their second court appearance, Lilongwe Chief Resident Magistrate Patrick Chirwa granted bail to the 4 accused persons. They were asked to pay 5 million kwacha bail bonds each and a non-cash of 5 million kwacha to their 2 sureties each. Former Reserve Bank of Malawi Governor Dr. Lazarus Chakwera and the 3 others are accused of being involved in dubious transactions during their time at the Reserve Bank of Malawi. Powell Nkurabasa is one of the defense lawyers.
We're required to pay the sum of 5 million kwacha for each of the accused persons, and 2 sureties bonded at the sum of 5 million kwacha each. And they also be required to report to police and to surrender travel documents.
The Chief Resident Magistrate Patrick Chirwa has since set 29th July to commence trial of the case. This is Chimwemba Padata for Zodiac.
3 more state witnesses have testified Wednesday at the High Court in Lilongwe in the Blair Lule murder case. The 2 police officers and the court clerk say that the late Lule looked sick when he appeared before the magistrate's court in Lilongwe on 20 February 2019. One of the witnesses, Police Inspector Marvin Gama, who escorted Lule to police from the court, said late Lule had a wound and his condition worsened on his way to police. Winston Kamina reports.
First to testify in the Wednesday proceedings was Assistant Commissioner of Police Siria Zangazanga. She explained how she met Blair Lule in February 2019 and how he was taken to court alongside other suspects in the abduction of a boy with albinism. The witness said 2 suspects, Sainani Galekeni and Kumbirani Patson, appeared before the court with cut wounds on their legs. Assistant Commissioner of Police Zangazanga said Lule opted to take plea while seated but walked on his own to a vehicle which took him back to police. She said the other 2 suspects confessed to have abducted a boy with albinism in Dedza and handed him over to Lule, which Lule denied. Another state witness, Kwagwanji Maliro, a magistrate's court clerk, also said Lule looked uncomfortable when he appeared before court on 20th February 2019, such that he took plea while seated. Another state witness who testified on Wednesday was Inspector of Police Marvin Gama. He said Lule had a wound and his sickness worsened upon arrival at police from the court. The case has since been adjourned to 17th August this year. Meanwhile, one of defense lawyers, Masako Jankakala, says he's happy with the way the case has commenced.
The state, paraded 7 witnesses. They gave their testimony. We cross-examined them. Everything went according to plan because that's what we had planned for these 3 days. So far, so good.
The state says witnesses that are yet to testify include 3 medical doctors. This is Winston Kamira reporting for Zodiac.
Malawi Electoral Commission MEC has declared DPP's Simon Vua Kaunda winner of Nkhani Central parliamentary election. He got 5,422 votes. He beat 2 other candidates to retain the seat he won in May 2019 election. In 2 council by-elections, MCP's Hakim Hassan won in Nsanje Lalanje ward and DPP's Flossie Hera won at Blantyre Chikwembere ward. Habin Jalamano explains from the main tally center in Blantyre.
Person of the Electoral Commission, Justice Dr. Jifundo Gajale, has just announced the official winners in the fresh parliamentary elections and the by-elections that were conducted on Tuesday in Nkhani Central constituency and 2 wards in Blantyre and in Nsanje. Looking at the results, it's different from what have been reported in media and official results, because in Nkatabe, the central constituency, Simon Vuwa Kaunda has retained his seat by amassing 5,422 votes. The same in Blantyre Kwembere ward, where Frose Hera of DBP has won the seat of the councillor with 1,681 votes. The same by-elections were also conducted in the Sanjiralanjo ward, where Hakim Hassan of Malawi Congress Party has won the elections with 3,448 votes. So these results are not different from what we have been reporting and official results. The chairperson has also pleaded with civil society organizations to take part in the electoral process, not just to wait for only time for general elections, because he said he noted that some of the CSOs were not participating in the electoral process. He also extended the plea to persons with disabilities and the youth, who he said that they did not take part in this election. So he said these people must take part in the future elections, because even the Electoral Commission reduced nomination fees for these marginalized groups of people to take part in democratic processes.
Physical lessons have been suspended at the Malawi University of Science and Technology MUST after 10 students tested positive for COVID-19. Spokesperson for the university, James Mpande, says lessons will now be conducted through online platforms. The university has commenced mass testing for students. Chikondi Mpande has filed this report.
Concerned students at MUST are now accusing university management for failure to manage the COVID-19 situation on campus and exposing them to the virus. Students are telling us that the 10 positive students have been quarantined at a compound housing COVID-19 negative students. But spokesperson for the Malawi University of Science and Technology, James Mpande, denied there's interaction between them. He added mass testing for all students at the university will start on Wednesday.
The Malawi University of Science and Technology has 10 students who have tested positive for COVID. These tests have been done for the past 1 week, and all the 10 students are currently in isolation. The isolation rooms are in one of the compounds where there are other hostels, but these are in their own hostels. So there is no interaction between those in isolation and the rest of the students.
The COVID-19 situation at MUST has forced the university to suspend physical classes until the situation is contained.
The Kamuzu University of Health Sciences, KUHES, has established a solar-powered state-of-the-art clinical research facility under the Blantyre to Blantyre project. The project director, Dr. Mwapa Tsamipando, said yesterday that the facility will be providing a wide range of training, clinical service and research projects across a range of diseases. Dr. Mibando says the facility is a product of the £63,500 grant from the Scottish Government. He explains.
In the laboratory we have machines, we need to use a lot of energy, but we thought we need also to be environmentally sustainable, and at the same time we needed to be environmentally friendly. So we wrote another grant, Professor Paul Gasside from University of Glasgow, myself, and a colleague from Botswana, Eunice Ntombezi, where we applied to the Scottish Funding Foundation, and they gave us money, as I said, £63,500, and it is that money that we engaged our colleagues from Botswana who have this experience of installing, to install the state-of-the-art facility, at the same time to use that particular grant to train Malawians. In this particular lab, we'll be able to do different types of, like hematological tests. We have a state-of-the-art microscopy, which I think in Malawi might be the only one that we have. We'll be able to sample different types of cells, and we hope that in future we'll also be doing work on COVID-related work in there.
You're watching the news here on Zodiac. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
This marriage is a punishment for you, and you are going to be suffering for the rest of your life.
I thought you'd married some supermodel. Who...
Narero, alipitireni GoTV Mosavuta. Just dial *247# to pay your GoTV or DSTV subscription. Standard Bank, it can be.
Malawi, awani masompenya amalawi watoto kula Malawi 2063 akale wosimira bae kufika 2063 akale wokomera aliyense achinyamata tigwirane manja kula Malawi achinyamata tikale patsogo kula Malawi wosimira bae Malawi wokomera aliyense Malawi 2063 kusinda dziko lathu mokomera aliyense.
Tikolole kungonjezera mayunitsi a TNM kuyambira 200 kwacha kapena kuposera pamenepo mutha kukhala mmodzi mwa mamilioneya mu TNM Tikolole promotion. Koma mukaonjezera mayunitsi ndi 100 kwacha kapena kuposerapo mudzilandira mabonus oyimbira foni, SMS kapena data pompo.
TNM, always with you.
Welcome back. We've got the top stories once again. Bambe and 3 others freed on court bail in Lilongwe. Electoral Commission officially declares DPP's Vua Kaunda winner of Tuesday's parliamentary election for Nkarabe Central constituency. 3 more state witnesses testify in Blair Lule's murder case. And in sports, Airtel Top 8 football tournament is back this year after a 2-year break. Moving on, stakeholders in the health sector have underscored the need for the country to devise practical ways of reaching out to people with disabilities in the provision of community for the attainment of development goals. Ministry of Health Deputy Director of Community Service Doreen Ali has acknowledged that people with disabilities are not fully included in the provision of community health services, especially in rural areas, which she said is a drawback in the attainment of health for all goals. Grace Conde reports.
Stakeholders in the health sector on Wednesday in Lilongwe organized a roundtable discussion on the role of government, development partners and stakeholders in developing and implementing a disability community health strategy. Speaking at the discussion, Site Savers Country Director Bright Chiwaula says disability inclusion is a global development agenda in Malawi, like all countries, should devise ways of reaching out to all people with disabilities in the provision of community health services. He believes developing a viable community health strategy is crucial as it will act as a guiding tool in the provision of all services to ensure that no one is left behind.
We are trying to spur conversation around inclusion of people with disabilities in everything that we do, because persons with disabilities are supposed to enjoy life like another person in whatever they do.
Federation of Disability Organizations in Malawi, FEDOMA, Executive Director Simon Munde says concerted efforts from all stakeholders could help in identifying challenges people with disabilities are facing in accessing community health services, especially in rural areas. Nonetheless, Minister of Health, Community Health Services Deputy Director Doreen Ali, while acknowledging challenges in the provision of community health services, saying government is reviewing the 2017-2022 community health strategy to identify gaps existing and come up with practical ways of ensuring that no one is left behind in the provision of community health services.
The issue of disability was not very well highlighted in this strategy. So it is challenging to do some interventions, which include them. But however, we have got some interventions that we are involving them at community level.
Records show that Malawi has 1.7 million people with different forms of disabilities. This is Grace Kombe for Zodiak.
The Directorate of Road Traffic and Safety Services says that at least 3 people a day and 90 in a month are losing their lives due to road accidents. Road Traffic Director and Safety Services Andrew Sandula disclosed these statistics yesterday when Deputy Minister of Transport Nancy Ndoko launched a road safety awareness campaign in Kasungu. Sandula believes that the awareness will help in reducing the number of accidents. Nonkobu reports.
Pedestrians, motorcyclists and school-going children are among the vulnerable road users dying due to road accidents on the roads of Malawi. Director of Road Traffic and Safety Services Andrew Sandula says every day road accidents are claiming 3 lives, a trend he says is worrisome. Last year, for example, over 1,200 people died in over 10,000 road accidents in the country.
As you have noted, the general trend is that the number of fatalities and injuries in the country due to road traffic crashes is increasing.
Sandula says this is the reason the department has rolled out a road safety awareness campaign in a drive to reduce road accidents to vulnerable road users. Speaking at the launch of the campaign at Kwagwanji Primary School in Kasungu, Deputy Minister of Transport Nancy Ndoko said roads shouldn't be a death trap but rather a tool to facilitate economic growth. She hopes the campaign will help to save lives through adherence of road safety tips.
You can agree with me that we have lost many lives and we want to prevent so that this cannot happen again.
At the launch of the campaign, the department painted a pedestrian crossing to reduce road accidents involving learners going to Kwagwanji Primary School. For Zodiac, this is Noel Nkubwi, Kasungu.
And now to sports news. The Airtel Top 8 tournament is back this year after a 2-year break, which created uncertainty regarding the future of the sponsorship. This was disclosed this morning it was disclosed on Wednesday morning at a